Paradox Interactive just announced in the latest dev diary that they won't use the Steam Workshop as a modding platform anymore in Cities Skylines 2. We find out what that specifically means for us and read some community feedback on that decision later in this video. There will be a new mini-series of development diaries until the release of Cities Skylines 2 on October 24th. In the first part, they're going to talk about modding in CS2 and start with the announcement that modding won't be supported at release, which is the first disappointment we're facing here. One big factor why Cities Skylines became so popular in the last 8 years was the vast modding community on the Steam Workshop, but it all started in a different direction when they first released Cities in Motion back in 2011. Quote, "Our journey with modding started in a somewhat unexpected way with our first game, Cities in Motion. Back then, we hadn't initially planned extensive modding support, but as the game used our own technology and was very accessible to players, a modding community grew surrounding the game. While not intentional, we soon discovered how much modding can add to a game with players customizing their gameplay experience, creating and sharing content with each other. We carried that lesson forward to Cities in Motion 2, though it wasn't until Cities Skylines that we really realized the full potential of supporting modding. As we were developing the game, we had one of our 2 programmers focus on creating tools to mod the game. When Cities Skylines was released, we had a map editor that let you create your own maps to build cities on, and an asset editor to import custom 3D models to the game. These, along with code mods, could then be shared on the Steam Workshop and downloaded by others. Through the years, we expanded the capabilities of the asset editor to include more options, and as map themes and scenarios were added to the game, we included editors to make your very own. Today, the Cities Skylines Workshop has over 400,000 mods with everything from maps and themes to buildings and code mods changing the rules of the game. We were absolutely blown away by the creativity and dedication of our modding community, and throughout the game's lifetime we have continued to improve how we interact with the modders." End quote. In the development phase of CS2, they invited many of the most influential modders of CS1 to their development studio in Tampere, Finland. With all the feedback given, you can now, for example, create higher mountains and deeper valleys in the map editor of CS2. But the most important part comes now. While modding is accessible now on all platforms, including consoles, only from spring 2024 of course, they have chosen to create their own site where mods can be published for all platforms simultaneously, Paradox Mods. As far as I understood it right, that means you will only get assets and no code mods on here. So the limitations of the consoles prevent the release of code-changing mods like Move It, Traffic Manager or Propline Tool altogether, which is a huge bummer and caused a severe backlash throughout the Cities Skylines community already. Nobody understands why Paradox Interactive and Colossal Order decided to switch from the long-proven advantages of the Steam Workshop to its own platform to release modifications to the game. We will see how that turns out in the long run. Let's read some more comments on this discussion and find out what the players think about that topic, or have we all understood it wrong? George C. Barnes, just disappointing. Goof Ready, I can already see their mod library servers being down and mods not loading like they should. Why not just use the Steam Workshop on PC? I already hate it to press play again in your game launcher after I pressed play in my Steam library. Sometimes less is more. Chuck, I've suddenly lost all interest in this game with just one single news. Zach reinventing the wheel. Huh, what a genius idea. VR dog. So then script mods are forever gone? That's what I'm getting out of this. I'm not just trying to be negative, but what I read from this post could be summarized as, we love that our fans have created over 400,000 mods, but that's all going away. From now on you only get assets, no more mods, no scripting, no new ideas, no traffic fixes. Oh, and if any building is a real-life building, that's copyright infringement, so no Empire State Building or anything like that. We know you don't like it, but... oh well, please CEO, correct me if I'm wrong. What do you think about the news? Let me know in the comments. Are you still hyped for Cities Skylines 2? For more upcoming news, hit the like button and consider supporting me on Patreon to help out the channel. Have a nice day and thanks for watching.